So how was your Christmas and New Year's?
It was decent.
Did you get everything you wished for?
Yeah, I'm happy.
You're happy?
Good. I'm good. No, it was good. It was good to be better. Be back with your family, see him again.
So you don't see your family
No,
otherwise?
you never get to see him. I mean, you got work and you got school and all that. So it's just everything mixed together. So you basically just eat food together and that's it. I go to do my school homework and they go to
Play video games.
Well, that too. Mostly school projects. I promise. It was stuff like that.
And your New Year's was pleasant?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, we did stuff together. Basically, eating, drinking, yada yada yada.
Same thing as at Christmas.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the same.
Well, anyway, welcome back. It is the Wrestling Guild. We're going into a new year, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And
Finally.
New Year, same old podcast. There's a spider crawling around on that.
Hey,
No, it's a spider.
you're-
He was tiny. Anyway, spiders be damned. We're here to talk about the first impact of the new year from the 4th of January 2018, although this was obviously taped in conjunction with the Bound for Glory tapings. So this is from the last Bound for Glory tapings now.
Mm-hmm.
I think still no word about Barbed Wire Massacre. I don't know if they taped that separately. I don't know. Yeah, because we've seen pictures of the Barbed Wire Massacre ring, but I mean, we haven't seen. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway, so this actually, this show garnered the best viewership in a long time, like in 4 months or something like that. So anyway, we should introduce ourselves. This is the Wrestling Guild, where we talk about Impact Wrestling every week. With me, I have Nick Anderson. New year, new Nick. I guess. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Nice. And I'm Chris Mary Holtman. Welcome. How did you like this episode? You don't seem to be too excited.
I'm not too happy, bro.
You're not too really?
I'm not too
Are you?
I don't know.
Because I thought that this was a
You
good
thought it was
episode.
good?
I like this episode.
I
I
don't know.
gotta say.
I think, I mean, yeah, the hour, the 90 minutes, they went pretty quick. I'm not going to lie. But,
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It starts out with ATT coming out as per usual, would say. Then some promos for the various competitors and stuff like that. Lambert decides to go into the arena by himself. He's going to take care of business himself. He says, but we know differently. We start out with the X Division Championship. Taiji Ishimori versus Trevor Lee. This is something that's been building up for a long time, even though we talked about that we didn't think that the build-up has been actually that good.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. How did you like this match?
I don't know. I really don't like Trevor, even though he is good. So, I don't know.
But you don't like him as a person.
No, but his wrestling skills, he knows what's up.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
He knows what's up. He has the strength. He has the moves. But comparing to Ishimori, who is a bit faster.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's where
the thing is, I think that Trevor Lee is taller than your average X Division wrestler.
Yeah.
That's why he could very well be like heavyweight, although the X Division isn't about weights really. But I think they did really well. I liked this match a lot. I thought this was a great match, and actually, I think it brought out the best in Ishimori and Trevor Lee. That move, that springboard kick that Ishimori went for, got caught by Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee does a flip in like mid-air. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
I mean,
yeah, I'll give him that. That was cool.
I would have died doing that move. I would tell you. But I thought it was good. Good back and forth. Caleb Conley didn't get too involved in it. and Ishimori wins the match to get the X Division Championship. So now we have a brand new X Division Championship or champion. He was in Pro Wrestling Noah, I think, like a week or so ago for their biggest match in a long time, biggest show in a long time in Cork and Hall, where he defended his title. Eddie Edwards. They said that Eddie Edwards was the GHC champion, and he probably was at the time they recorded it, but he did lose it before the new year. Which we were talking about that why would he leave the WWE, because there was talks of him going to, or leaving Impact because there was talks of him going to WWE. But as long as he has the GHC championship, would he leave? And now he doesn't have it. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Good question.
We'll see. We're still no words on an exodus from EC3, Bobby Lashley, or Eddie Edwards. Although Laurel Van Ness announced in an interview that her contract is still until June or July. So in the interview with her a couple of weeks ago, it didn't seem like she was leaving the company, like the rumors said. But on the other hand, why would you say it in an interview while the show is still going on? We never know. We'll see if we see her. I don't know. They start taping today. The new episodes. So we'll see what happens then. There won't be a live episode.
No.
They usually start the tapings with a live episode, but there won't be a live episode. So we'll see. I don't know if there'll be much for surprises and stuff like that. And I don't know if this stuff that is being taped today will be used by tomorrow already, or if they're using old material.
Some other fillers.
I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was a great match. Ishimori, new champion. I think it's good. It's time. I think they took it off Trevor Lee, moved it somewhere else. We'll see. And it looked like, because after that, Desmond Xavier congratulated Ishimori.
Yeah, but he won.
And challenged him.
Yeah.
So it seems like, it didn't seem like Ishimori understands English.
No, he was like,
he was just like, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. So we'll see if he knows.
Yeah, if he gets it.
He's been challenged. There was after that. There was a promo from Alberto El Patron for the Wrestle Pro show, because obviously there's going to be a championship match between Drake and Patron taped at Wrestle Pro, which was interesting. And Wrestle Pro is going to host in February a show called Brace for Impact with basically a bunch of Impact stars and stuff like that. I don't know if that's going to be taped or not.
But why?
Because they're partners. I mean, Wrestle Pro. So anyway. So there was a promo from Patron and Drake. As I understood it, Drake had his flight was like canceled or delayed or something like that for that show, so he like almost didn't make it. But anyway, we're in the clubhouse, LAX. God. What did you say about this?
Poor Conan, he has like bandages here and there.
Yeah,
but he's pissed. And I mean, I'm obviously expecting that. You know, Conan, you know, when someone threatens him or when someone like flames some fire.
Wouldn't you be pissed if
he's raging, he's pissed, and he wants to stab someone.
Yeah.
Wants to really
He wants to do it the Mexican way. He wants to stab somebody. Yeah, but I like this. I mean, I think this is, I mean, the parts, what I really liked and enjoyed with this episode of Impact, and what I think also, if it did garner more viewers, I don't know why it garnered more viewers. If it wasn't anything that was that if it was because there was 4 like championship match or so many championship matches in it, if it was the Cowboy James Storm match or whatever it was, I think this was a good base to build off of. If people saw this, I don't think that people would have been disappointed.
No,
because the promos were good and the vignettes were good. This stuff was good. Like Conan sitting there talking to himself and just like, I'm going to kill that mofo.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Then we had an interview with the Cowboy James Storm.
He does it so good. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And, he basically wants to finish off once and for all Lamberg. But, He just wants to, have a match between them two, just destroy him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. He says that. I mean, the thing is that for any smart wrestling fan, we already know what's happening. We know that Storm isn't in the company anymore. We know that he's probably losing this career versus career match before going into it.
Oh, yeah, because
of spoilers and because it's been taped so long and it's been so much in the news that Storm is leaving. But I think a lot of people probably tuned in because they wanted to know how it was going to go. And also, I understood it as Cowboy James Storm cut a promo after thanking everybody who's been part of Impact and stuff like that, but they didn't show that. There was a discussion whether they would show it or not. Because he talked. Because I think that probably because it was long and they didn't have time for it. Yeah, but I also think it's because a little bit he was talking about all the people that had been before, like Jeff Jarrett, and Dixie Carter, all the previous owners and stuff like that, and maybe they just didn't want.
I got you.
So we move on to the Grand Championship match, and this was also I found that this was weird. That you'd have a 3-way Grand Championship match because that kind of takes away from the Grand Championship match what it is. And there's also a room for shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, we got the first round.
It was Falaba versus Matt Sydal versus EC3. This was a high-stakes match for Matt Sydal because they were talking about he's always choking in championship matches, so this was his chance to win it back. There was a good chance, I thought, that Matt Sydal might get the championship here. Sure. I didn't know, but I thought that this was a good match though. 3-way. I mean, I think they did very well, all of them, and they worked the 3 people in the ring well. It wasn't like they kicked one out and then there was just 2 people fighting. This was a good 3-way match, and I mean, I like the fact that Falaba got to showcase his style, and I must say that I think that the crowd was with Falaba most of the time.
I would agree. I'm really happy, like you said, that he actually shows what he can do.
Yeah,
because always he does like something in the beginning, then he goes away, and then he maybe comes back at the ending. Here he was in the match the entire time, all 3 rounds. That
crossbody that he did on EC3 while he was in the soup when he had Sydal in the suplex, that was pretty sweet. Or when he sat on, I think he was sat on EC3 or Matt Sydal's chest. That was pretty cool too. Gotta hurt.
Breaking bones.
But I think it's interesting that Falaba he's getting the crowd on his side. I don't know if it's just a Canadian crowd. We'll see what happens when he goes when they go back to the Impact Zone in Orlando. I'm thinking that we're not going to see as much fan participation again.
I would have thought that, like you say, I would have thought that the crowd would go more for EC3.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, they were more towards Falaba.
Falaba takes the first round very convincingly. EC3 takes the second round also very convincingly. Yeah. And then it looks like Matt Sydal is going to win because he pins EC3 in the end. It takes too long for him to get to the top rope because Falaba gets there. He hits the shooting star press, but the time runs out. This was very well played.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
And EC3 takes the third round, so it's 2-1-0. Boom. EC3 still your grandest champion of them all. Then we had a Johnny Impact vignette. And here again, I thought that this was a good vignette. I think they did well. I mean, because with the music and the tone, the setting of the whole thing. Then he was talking very much about himself, why he was the golden boy or whatever.
I'm like you say, like through the entire segment. Through the entire show.
Yeah,
we didn't have any bad.
Segment by segment by segment, it was good. Moose arrives at the arena.
Yeah, he comes in. Gets hit by KM.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is going to set up a feud between KM and Moose.
Well, most probably because he is pissing. I mean, he is just a piss taker because he goes there and he strikes you.
He's trying to impress ATT. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have an interview with Ali.
Yeah, she's.
But actually, I thought that there was because here I think you're seeing a little bit more of a transition of Ali into a wrestler, maybe closer to Cherry Bomb, because here she wasn't as bubbly as she was, and she wasn't kind of like, because usually when Ali is supposed to be serious, it looks like she plays serious,
Yeah.
But here actually it looked like she was actually getting into her own character, so we'll see what happens with that. But she gets taken out by Laura Van Ness.
Yeah, she just interrupts everything, comes here, laughs 2 times, and just leaves and just kicks her in the face and stomach.
Never mind. So that's furthering that feud. I don't know if there was going to be. I think this week it's Laurel Van Ness versus Casey Spinelli for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, at least, or at least they were going to face off. They were going to face each other.
Mm-hmm.
Then career versus career match: Dan Lambert versus James Storm. What did you think? Is this? I'm thinking that there was a special event that caused you to not like this show.
I mean,
and I'm going to say that this was it.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's pretty much true. I mean, I thought I was excited. I was like, Lambert, old feller. You know, he's like,
yeah. Yeah.
What is he, like 50?
I don't know.
Yeah, and then you have
so,
Storm,
50.
like big, massive mountain of death, and they're gonna face off. But obviously, I was thinking, Lambert is a piece of shit, so you got like backup.
Mm-hmm.
So
because the AT&T come straight out, start taking out Storm, beating him, but Storm fights back, super kicks them all in the face. Even
did you get that?
The skinny guy is.
He has so many bandages, like
crutches. Yeah. KM comes in, smashes a beer bottle across Storm's head. Storm still kicks out. And then in the end, he is surrounded by ATT, and he gets 2 bottles in his head and is out. And but he gets pinned, and they cut his big speech and stuff like that. I think some people thought that this was a bad way for him to go out, that it wasn't. But I'm thinking that he had to be in on this, Storm. I mean, I'm thinking that in a way they probably gave him a little bit of like, well, where do you want to go? They can't give him a championship.
Yeah.
Maybe that he could have had a championship match against Eli Drake, but he hasn't been in the championship mix for a long time.
It's true.
He was part of the whole. I think when he decided to leave, he was still part of the AAA versus Impact kind of thing. So the rest of the whole like heavyweight championship scene was already in the works and already planned and stuff like that. So what were they going to do? And it's not unusual that the person who is leaving the company loses their final match.
Yeah.
Usually a wrestler who's retiring from wrestling completely loses their final match. It was like Gail Kim wasn't an anomaly there. I think this was probably the best way to take him out. It showed that he was strong. He could take a beating, a pounding.
He got up. Yeah, he kicked out.
But I saw on the internet chatter on the internet, people were talking about like, well, why was nobody out there helping him? Nobody in the locker room came out to help him. But maybe he had said not that he didn't want that. We don't know. I thought that this was okay. Reminded me a little bit of Christian Cage when he left for WWE. He got beaten up by Kurt Angle, Sting, Booker T, Scott Steiner, and Kevin Nash before he left.
Poor guy. But is this how you say bye to people?
I guess.
Just to beat him up? I mean, come on. No, but like you said, now you reminded me of, he has to go, and when he goes, they often, lose it. So, I understand.
Yeah. And then he thanks people in the back. People gave him applause and hugged him. He calls home, says he's coming home and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was heartfelt. Then we had the GWN flashback, a history of Joseph Park. But how did you like this?
I don't know what to say. I mean, we have Joseph Park. It's not Abyss, it's Joseph Park.
Yeah.
Against, like, who was it?
Bully Ray.
Yeah. And, this kind of character is not made for wrestling. I don't know.
But the thing is that now for the first time you got like because this was a long time ago now.
Yeah, like how it's got it wasn't our like basic.
I think it's 2014, 2015.
Oh, okay.
But now you got a history of Joseph Park, and how did you like that? I thought that this was a good way to use the GWN, the app. because it shows like the history of Joseph Park. It showed how him coming into the company where he was looking for. Because what had happened was that Abyss had been feuding with Bully Ray, and had in a violent match just kind of like disappeared. So then Joseph Park came in, playing his brother, looking for.
Oh yeah,
he was looking for his brother Chris, as he called him. Which is his name? His name is Chris Park, actually. But anyway, so I thought that this was fine. This was a good flashback. It showed a little bit. It showed, Joseph Park versus Bully Ray, but it also showed the history of Joseph Park and where he came from.
That is true, and we had Abyss as well there.
Yeah, well, there was somebody else that wasn't Abyss. I think there was an actor.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I was about to say, did he
No, it was somebody else.
No. That's good. All right, now, but I mean,
which was weird because in the end, after the whole thing, I think Eric Young, who was there, he was talking to Joseph Park. I think he revealed that Joseph Park and Abyss was the same person in the end, like far in the future. So yeah. Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah,
I liked it.
It was okay.
Chandler Park versus John Boland.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This match, I don't know why I'm disappointed.
But it was a throwaway match in the end. That match was a throwaway. It got Chandler Park a win. It wasn't the direction that I was thinking it was going to go in. I was thinking that they were going to have Chandler Park actually be a wrestler. That he wasn't going to be a lawyer. That they were just pretending that he was an actual wrestler. So we'll see where it goes from here. Interesting side note, though, I was watching Explosion on the GWN network and saw a match between, what was his name, Hercules versus Warchild. And Warchild was like this, he's like painted in zebra stripes, he's like white and that's John Boland. He was actually a really awesome character. I think your homework for next week is to go to Explosion and see Warchild versus Hercules.
Oh, you mean the zebra? Are we in the zoo?
No, but he was cool. He was cool.
All right.
Hopefully they bring that character in.
You would like?
I like to see Warchild.
This guy would be really good. Then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matt Seidel cuts a promo, says he's bringing change. I don't know if this means that he's going to change or if they're going to change the format of the Grand Championship.
Hopefully he changed.
This story is not over.
No, definitely not.
Then we get to Alberto El Patron versus Eli Drake for the Global Wrestling Championship, Global Championship, whatever. The Impact Heavyweight Championship. They call it the Global Championship. How did you end Raw way at WrestlePro?
Oh, yeah.
I think the sad part here is that there was a snowstorm. That was the reason why Eli Drake was late to the show, and that's why it's so empty in the arena. I mean, usually Pat Buck, who arranges these shows, can at least get in 300-400 people.
But because when we had a match going and then then they went outside the ring, and it came like towards the crowd bit. And there wasn't a lot of people sitting there.
No.
So just like you say,
so that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate because I think what they really would have wanted was there to be a big crowd for this match, and there probably would have been a big crowd for this match, but they couldn't get there. And Pat Buck said as much on his podcast.
But I mean, the match itself, I think it was an awesome performance.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
And I mean, I just keep forgetting that Drake is really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is really good.
Even though I like Alberto.
And they couldn't really change titles here. They couldn't change hands here. Obviously, they would have done it on an Impact if they would. But it furthers the storyline because I think it kind of went into more that Alberto El Patron had cracked him on the head, given him 5 stitches, and now he was cracking Alberto on that. So I think that was the big point there.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the promo that Eli Drake cut afterwards, where he was kind of like talking about getting payback, and then they had like flashbacks to the match. I thought that was really good. I thought that this was a good
well made.
It was really well made. I think it was really well done. Pluto TV recap. Not much to say about that. Chris Sabin wins the Ultimate X match.
I mean, how did he? I mean, he was hanging there.
Yeah.
And those both guys had chances to pull him down. They didn't.
They missed.
Yeah.
It was P.D. Williams and Hector Garza.
I mean, sure, yeah, Hector Garza.
It was
but I mean,
the uncle.
You might fail once. No, but you failed twice. Come on.
But he was good. I think Chris Sabin is the one wrestler who has held the X Division championship the most times.
No, I mean the match itself was
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I was interested. But,
And then the main event of the evening, OVE versus LAX. It starts with OVE beating up
yeah,
LAX as they came out.
I'm surprised.
And then Santana basically having to fight for himself for a long time. I liked this match. I thought it was good. OVE really brought everything to the table, threw everything at LAX. They came back. LAX really fought like underdogs. Sami Callihan, Homicide, they were off somewhere else fighting. So they were never a factor.
But I mean, like you say, I mean, OV did great. LAX did great. It was a lot of action, a lot of moves.
Did you see that he was going to do that frog splash, and then the Santana was doing the frog splash, and then one of the Chris brothers came and gave him a cutter in midair? That was awesome.
Never seen that before.
Nope.
Seems to not a lot of people can do it. So yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. LAX win with a Street Sweeper. They're new tag team champions.
So
maybe a barbed wire massacre afterwards. I think the OVE is going to get it back.
But this is what I don't get, because they said if LAX win, you guys go.
No, they just get the titles, I guess. That's what the LAX was going to be gone.
But what kind of deal is that?
Well,
that if we lose, nothing happens.
Yeah, they lose. Well, if they lose, they would lose the titles.
Yeah, but if LAX lose, they gotta go.
But, well, I mean, titles are important. Do you have a title?
No, I don't have a title.
Well, so you don't know. I would rate this show a solid B. B plus even, maybe. I thought that this was really good. I liked this show. I liked this episode. It was really good. And I hopefully they can build on this. And I'm really hoping that what we see on Thursday is going to be like the next level. I wrote a new editorial on sltd.com where I wrote about, I called it New Year, New Impact, just kind of thinking about what I'm hoping, not so much what I hope to see, but that I hope that this new regime can bring something new to the table, more hard-hitting wrestling, engaging the fans more, stuff like that. But that I also don't want them to lose. I think it's important because in that interview on Talk is Jericho, when they were asking Scott D'Amore and Don Callis, or when Chris Jericho was asking them, what characters or who do you think really fits your model and that you're going to continue to see? They never actually said anything. The only people that they mentioned was Alberto El Patron and Johnny Impact, who are under contract. So they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But they didn't mention any of the people who, do we want to keep? They didn't say, we want to keep EC3, we want to keep Moose. They weren't saying anything like that. They were just we'll see who fits the model. And that gets me worried because then nobody is safe.
Yeah, I mean that's unfortunate.
But they need to keep Moose, and they need to keep EC3 and Eddie Edwards and Lashley. I don't know. Seems like he's.
And they already lost Storm, so
yeah. So they need to keep these people. So.
Yeah, I'll give it a B. You convinced me. Sure, I'm with you.
Well, that's it for this first show of the year. Your homework is to watch Warchild versus Hercules on Explosion. And follow us on all social medias, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud.
Boom, this and that.
Tinder.
Come on, man.
No, okay. And for Nick Anderson, my name is Chris Mary Holtman, and we will see you next week.
Boom.